All right. Hello, everybody. You might be wondering why I'm surrounded by a mountain of plastic bags and greenery. I am going to show you the ingredients and prep for if you want to juice. I have a juicer here that I'm not actually going to use because it's very loud, but I will show you, the ingredients to put in to make a delicious green drink. Now, I may be being a little liberal with the term when I say delicious. It's good for you. Let's put it that way. Right, so the juicer, if you're not familiar, you put the stuff in, you push it down with this little kind of like plunger thing. Never ever put your fingers in here unless you want them to go missing. Very, very bad. Okay, so you have to be very, very careful. Take your time when you use a juicer. Larger items like the cucumber, the celery, I kind of leave intact and just, push it down and there is one whole unit. But some of these other elements we want to cut up. So I have here kale, right? This is kind of hard to put in the juicer, but what I do is after you take off all the ties and whatnot, and you clean it really well. You can put in one at a time the little stalk. So you just stick this into the juicer as one whole piece. Right? That seems to work rather well. So I'm going to put this aside. Okay. Dandelion green. Okay. So the thing about this green drink is that it has a lot of the very nutrient-rich green leafy greens that are very healthy for you, but you normally would not eat, or you would find it difficult to eat. Kale, for example, is kind of bitter. If you don't like salads, you will definitely have a hard time trying to incorporate kale. So juicing it is just a good way to get those nutrients. Dandelion green. Dandelion green is rather hard to find. You only get them in the larger grocery stores that have organic stuff. So this is dandelion greens. Very, very nutrient rich, just kind of hard to incorporate. So we'll put that aside. Right. Here we have some ginger and turmeric. So I'm gonna slice those. You only need like a finger-sized amount or a thumb-sized amount. I go a little bit more liberal. Okay, do about that big. Put that in a bowl. And then the ginger, about the same. Okay. That's very strong smelling. So put that with the turmeric. Ginger and turmeric are very good for you, but kind of hard to incorporate. All right. So here you have the cucumber. The difficult thing about making this is the kale, the dandelion, you know, the turmeric, the ginger. Not much juice comes out of these. So you need something that's still nutrient rich, that's going to give it a lot of juice, actually give you a good volume. So that's where the cucumber comes in and the celery. This cucumber I like to put in the juicer, you know, if I could, and just plunge it down and it'll juice it that way. But you may have to cut it a little bit. You know, into like smaller pieces so it'll go in easier. Okay, and then you can just stick it down like so. Oh, it smells so good and so fresh. Reminds me of summertime. It is, what's today's date? November, I don't know, November 14th, I think it is. I don't even know. I know it's a Tuesday. I just know Monday through Friday because that's when I work. All right, the green apple. If you want to, you know, leave the stem and the core, you can, but that may just destroy your juicer. So I cut this into smaller slices, starting, you know, right alongside the core. Okay, cut it again. Basically cutting the core out. Being careful, you know, always got to be careful when doing this. All right, throw the core away. These might be okay, you know, small enough slice to put in the juicer. This one obviously is like a half, so I got to cut that. So cutting it into wedges, basically. Lemon. Lemon's very good for you too. I just cut off the little nubs. Get off the sticker. Throw those out. Cut this, you know, however. I'm going to cut it into 4. There's seeds in there. Ooh, actually this is seedless. Citrus fruits are very good for you. Of course, there are certain health conditions where they're not good for you. But look at that. Look at all that already. You got cucumber, apple, lemon, ginger, turmeric. Okay. The parsley, kind of put in as one bunch. So I'm just gonna take it out. Take out the little tie. This doesn't come out too easy. You have to do a little untangling, a little untying. All right, so parsley. Cilantro. I'm actually making some chicken for dinner. Some chicken with some sort of barbecue type sauce glaze. I'm going to put some feta cheese on it and some cilantro. So I'm going to save a little bit of the cilantro for that. I'm going to leave the tie on here just for now so I can differentiate between the cilantro and the parsley, even though you can smell the difference. Okay. Celery is kind of the bulk of where the juice is going to come from. I'm just going to cut off some of these ends. And all of this would need washed real well, of course. So I need to wash this. You might notice some of it has some dirt. As they say, a little dirt never hurt anybody, but I don't know about that. Okay, the celery I leave because these you can just feed right on down. I'm gonna have to wash those. Okay, so typically that would be it. You have the dandelion, the kale, cilantro, parsley, celery, lemon, green apple, cucumber, turmeric, and ginger. Very, very bitter. It's a green drink, but what I like to do is I like to add in carrots and a tomato. That way it kind of gives it a little bit more flavor. So I got my tomato. You gotta check because sometimes these tomatoes, they have mold on them. That I noticed. But I cut that. Slice it kind of small. Okay. So whatever you want to put in here is up to you, but that's like a really, what we have here is a good foundation. The carrots and the tomato just turn it into more of a vegetable drink, so it's a little bit more pleasant. This makes, I don't know how many ounces, but it's enough to last me the week if I have maybe like an 8-ounce drink. So all of this you use all of the celery, the entire head of kale, all that dandelion. It's not meant to, drink the entire, concoction all at once, but this would last you, about a week, maybe just a few days if you have a larger glass. But this is just a very refreshing way to get in these really healthy vegetables that you normally wouldn't be able to do on a regular basis. Most people don't like eating a lot of vegetables, myself included. I find it hard to incorporate. The only thing is you're not getting the fiber because you juice it out, but you're still getting the minerals and the nutrition that way. So if you want, give it a try. It's not for everybody. I just like it. It's part of my weekly routine. I usually do this on a Sunday, prepare it for the week, but I'm getting a little late start. It's Tuesday night, but I will have it for my Wednesday lunch break. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go wash these up, take my carrots out of the bag, and start juicing, and then enjoy a nice glass for the night.